Well, hello Capricorn, this is Joe with Divine Daily, and I'm going to do a quick check-in for May 2020. What do you need to know? What is it that is in your highest good to know for May 2020? I'm going to pull some oracle cards, and we'll talk about those briefly, and then we will also tilt the camera down and we'll pull some tarot cards. A couple quick notes before we get started. I've had a lot of requests for personal readings. I'm kind of full up until sometime mid-May, so I'm trying to get the emails as quick as I can, but I will get to you if you have contacted me or emailed me. And I don't read reversals in this type of setting, only because I'm trying to get through a video as quickly as possible. And so with that said, I do read cards that jump out and fall out. And bear with me with my new camera here. I'm trying to go through some different settings and whatnot, and having some issues with trying to get the focus just right. But with that said, you know, it is what it is. Not that big of a deal. So Capricorn, so I always kind of sit first and really just try and pull in what I can pull in, any specific messages for any of you. And so something kind of like it struck me as very orthodox in May. Like there's some kind of very traditional orthodox type feeling. Like this could be like a religious belief, something to do with a religious belief, or something to do that's very traditional, maybe very traditional within your family. And maybe you're trying to separate yourself from that, or you are going toward that. I don't know, but it just feels very traditional to me. So there's something there that's a message for somebody, but we'll see if that comes up in any of these cards here. Before we pull tarot cards, we're going to pull some of these here and see what we get. And we have no place like home. So there's this, and like I said, my focus is a little weird right now, but no place like home, and that is really longing for home. I did say something very traditional, could reference your family and wanting to be with them. Maybe you're missing some people and where you're at doesn't quite feel like home. So that might be a message for some of you that this could be part of that theme. We also have the fates, and you very much probably have something here this month that is very fated and destined. Something is kind of aligned, that is to be, that is meant to be. And what else do we get from here? We also get milk and honey. So whatever it is, you might be feeling very nostalgic. You might be feeling very nostalgic in the sense that you've been thinking a lot about home, where you've come from, your roots, and you may be longing to kind of get back to that, maybe get back to family or some other place in your past that you are very kind of fond of, reminiscing over, or maybe even a little melancholy over, who knows. But we'll see. We will see what comes out, and who knows why this is coming out the way it's coming out. But we'll pull some tarot cards in a moment, and we'll see if there's anything that can point us more into a specific direction here. So as you sit in April, at the end of April here, May is going to bring you some kind of some kind of reminiscent type of energy, some kind of just looking back toward a time that made you really feel good. Radical expansion. So I think some of you are really delving deep within and are allowing yourselves to grow. But some of you might be feeling kind of blocked or limited. That's just the feeling I get, or this is a desire. You want to expand. You want to expand your boundaries, your borders. You have that kind of fiery energy in you. So you might have some fire in your chart. Being an earth sign, you might have different placements that's calling to you. Some of you, if you're a life path 11, you're a master number if you're an 11, Or if you're a 2, you're kind of very similar to an 11, and you, right now might be a prime time, especially, you know, especially it just might be a prime time because if you've had a lot of time to yourself to meditate and do some self-reflection, some really deep connections with yourself, or with some like-minded people around you if you've had that opportunity. So we're going to pull some tarot cards here, and I'm going to tilt the camera down, and we're going to see what we get out of this. Like I said, it's just a quick check-in for me. It's not a full spread, so let's see what we get. All right, Capricorn. So let's pull a few cards, and let's see what kind of magic we can work here. I feel like you feel kind of magical, maybe, in a sense. Taurus was very much in a very magical place. Virgo had a little bit of that. And this just might be this kind of springtime, if you're in the northern hemisphere, obviously, that would apply in the new creation and everything just coming to life and springing anew. So this might be part of that, and that longing for that outdoor connection with nature, being that we're getting into that time of year where this is maybe something that you are really just dying to tap into and connect with. So we have Justice. So I'm going to go out on a limb here because I always read things intuitively first, and whatever I get that comes to me is the first thing I say. And then we can talk about face value. Justice is often about making a choice, a decision, you know, kind of in a sense like judgment, but justice is often a decision or a choice that you don't maybe have a lot of say in. And so there might be some decisions and choices that are made in your environment in May that bring you back to this idea of wanting just to reconnect with home. Maybe there are some things that were unfair, or maybe some things that might occur in May might feel a little bit unfair, but we're going to go a little deeper. But I think there's something in May that brings you back around to really just that nostalgic, I want to go home, I want to go to where things felt like whatever home is truly to you. You know, it's that and you know, land of milk and honey. You know, we have the milk and honey card, and you also have the fates, and so there's something calling you back to a place that you would really truly call home, no matter where that is. And so there might be something play out in May that perhaps you don't have a whole lot of control over. This might be a relationship. This might you know, this could be work related also. So maybe something is not going to go the way you wanted with work. Everybody's going through a lot of different things right now. You know, we're kind of all carrying our own jar with our own stuff, and so something might occur in that area. Let's see what else we get. Okay, we have the Fool, and this is the second time this came out with Virgo, and so it's not surprising to me that themes play out in readings, especially with you know, certain elements like fire signs, earth signs, air signs, water signs, and this is a repeating theme within kind of earth signs. So you have a decision that is made that's in your environment, it's influencing you, and it's calling you to just move on. And so you probably do take a step toward what you would call home, or whatever gives you that feeling of home, and you're going to probably make that decision to move on and go back to somewhere where you have roots that you are really fond of. And this is you know, indicated here also the fates. So something is very fated, and there's a calling to go home, come home. There may be people that are wanting and pulling you in that direction also. And let's see what else we get out. We're only going to do a few cards here. And we have the Magician. So I like this because this really goes with the fates. This might be something you've been really thinking about and really meditating about, praying about, working within your boundaries, and even maybe a little beyond your boundaries. We have radical expansion also. So you may be really, really manifesting outside of your personal space a lot more, because you might have a very strong, deep rooted desire to go back to a place that is from your past. And this might be what is making that happen. You could have a card pop out here, and again, another repeating theme. And that card just jumped out right from the middle of the deck. That was very much a part of the theme in Virgo's reading. Although I'm taking this as a little bit different, this to me is saying that there might be some reconnections with family. There might be reconnections with siblings. There might be stronger bonds formed within the family unit where you came from. And finally, Capricorn, let's see what else we get. I might want to pull a couple more. Again, I said this is a quick check-in, not a full spread. And finally, the Four of Cups. Yep. So you're taking one thing with you, and I believe that's yourself, and you're leaving the rest behind. And it's definitely something I believe is really meant to be. It's destined. It's something that you feel that you really have to do, because there's something that you have no control over, some decision, some type of something occurs that is out of your control, and it really triggers you to answer that call to go back to where you came from, where you feel like you really truly belong. I love this. I think this might make you feel a little nervous, but really, if you have people that have your back in this, you're going to be okay. There's definitely an indication of there are people here with this Three of Cups that are going to receive you with open arms, and I think you do have a beautiful reunion in your future, probably more toward the end of May. So with that said, Capricorn, if this really strikes you and really speaks to you, please do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment. I love the feedback, share, anything like that. And we're going to end that here, and we're going to just say have a good rest of your day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll talk to you again. Thank you.